Okay, everybody. This is gonna be the last video. Um, wasn't even really planning on making this one. Whoa. First and foremost, hello. I am Kay. I am 1/4 of Militia Uncut. So this is the final chapter of Militia Uncut, Chilling with Kay. Subscribe, Patreon, gotta do it. Just gotta do it. If we have the Patreon. I'm gonna keep saying that. Yeah, I wasn't really gonna do another one, but and I was supposed to be asleep. But there was a new video that came out by a YouTuber that I follow, and I haven't looked at anything he'd done in a very long time. And I watched it, and I started to see. Sorry about that. Started to see something deep going on with this man, and I clicked on it because I was like, oh, okay, this is new, something, maybe we getting back into it. And then I realized he's in a completely different mindset than before when I used to watch him growing up. And started watching some more videos. And I was watching video after video after video from maybe the last 6 that he's done. And I was like, man, wow. This man has been through some pain. I don't know how he's processing it. I don't know if this new stage that he's in is a sense of clarity or if it's literally him still dealing with the pain and changed mentally by it. It's not for me to say, It's easy to write off anything as like, oh man, like he's losing it, he's off the deep end, It's easy to say that. And it's actually really funny because it's a funny thing. It's a weird thing actually, and I decided that this video is going to be about my perception, or just to talk about mental health. Yeah. See, again, I'm the deep one, one of the deeper ones of the group. So I think about a lot of stuff. I overthink things a lot. I get in my feelings a lot, get in my bag a lot. I'm very sensitive. I've said this in earlier videos, but and again, I have no one to act off of. This is really just my thoughts. So if these videos, these last couple, aren't funny, I'm sorry, it's just, yeah, it's just the mindset that I'm in today. I'm very tired. I should be asleep right now, but I feel like this is important, so I'm going to do this last one, and then I'm going to sleep. But yeah, mental health, the thing that I've been thinking about is that when people are erratic and when people are outside of the norm, we're quick to say, oh man, he must be, crazy, or that man lost his mind, and whatever. I mean, even with me, I say that about Kanye, and I believe that to be true, but I don't know. You know what I mean? When Shia LaBeouf was wearing the paper bag on his head and acting out to Just Do It, and I'm not famous anymore, that whole thing with that. And I can think of any other, celebrity, just because that's usually the target, because everyone follows them. But even in our own lives, people start doing things a little bit different. start talking about things a little bit different and being on a different wavelength, it's easy to just be like, hey, whoa, you all right? Something's up, or you seem a little different. You might be acting up, and you talk about it with your friends and be like, oh yeah, they crazy. Like there's something really wrong with them. I don't know what they going through, and they'll tell you that they're fine, and they either are or they aren't. Again, who really knows? But they'll be like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm in this place of. It's just a place of understanding. I'm just better. I'm woke or whatever. I don't know. Enlightened, better word, I guess. Yeah. But on the flip side of that, when someone is telling you that they're hurting, or that they're depressed, or that they have anxiety, or that they want to see a therapist, or something like that, like, or not even, and they might not even tell you, but it'll be clear that something's off because they seem distant. And then when you ask them, they'll be like, yeah, this is what I'm going through, and I feel like I'm depressed. I feel like I'm, whatever. I don't know what's wrong with me. When it's that type of attitude, people are quick to be like, man, you'll be fine. You just going through a little something right now, and it ain't that deep. Come on, bro, man up, suck it up. Brush it off. You're gonna be alright. Like, fuck that, fuck them, man. And I don't know why we do that. I don't know. Maybe that's us trying to be protective. Maybe that's us being in denial about the fact that they're hurting. I don't know. Excuse me. I really don't know. And I've just noticed that kind of weird thing about the both sides of that conflict. I don't know why I'm doing this so much. Talking my hands a lot. Yeah, but it's quite the phenomenon to me. And if you don't, because therapy, if you don't have the insurance or whatever to do, therapy is expensive. And I remember when I was in high school, I saw a guidance counselor. And I remember I was going through a situation with my girlfriend, and he told me something, and he just explained it in a way that was so simple and real that I began to understand that conflict, and I was better ever since. After I broke up with my girlfriend in college, I saw a therapist for a few weeks. I couldn't keep it up because I couldn't afford it. But I did the online therapy for a little bit. Free trial, of course. Then I saw a therapist for a few weeks, and I was paying for it. And even then, because she knew my financial situation, she only let me pay like a fraction of what it really was. And then even with that, I couldn't keep up the payments at the time, so I had to stop. But she was a really good therapist, but it bothered me because in the beginning, she was really just kind of feeling me out. Like, she was just letting me talk. And the healing didn't really, the advice part didn't really start until like maybe the third session. And I don't even remember how many I had with her because this was a few years ago now. But it's like, I didn't even get to really start growing and healing and understanding because it was like, I couldn't keep going. I couldn't afford it. So then I had to kind of navigate on my own. And you have your family members, you have the mom, the dads, the cousins, the best friends. And it helps. Definitely helps. Especially with my cousin, C, who was a psych major in college. He really can help me understand something. Even just a couple of days ago, I was on the phone with him, and he explained something to me. I'm like, that is the clearest I have ever understood it. Just the way that you explained it to me right now. And it's hard because it's one of those things where, like, only we can know individually what's truly going on with us, like on the inside, you know, and what we really feel and how we really process things. And but at the same time, sometimes we really don't know what it is that we're looking for, that we're searching for, that we need. Sometimes we don't even know what we want. We're just kind of like there. And in that state of being lost in that confusion and trying to find somebody to help you when you can't find that help, it's like, wow, what does that feel like? And sometimes my thoughts can cloud my mind, and I hurt a lot. Like, I get headaches, and I'm just up late at night because I can't sleep, because I'm just thinking about decisions. I'm thinking about life. I'm thinking about so many different things, and it's not even. And sometimes I'm not even like overwhelmed with bad thoughts. I'm just overwhelmed with the things I want to do with my life and these things that I want to create, and it just overwhelms me because, one, I feel like I can't do it all. Two, I feel like doing it all is going to take a lot, and am I ready to do that? And three, if it doesn't happen, what am I going to do then? And it's so much, and I don't want to fail in life. And I don't want to let people down. I want to let myself down. And I feel like I've let a lot of people down the last couple of years because I haven't done what I said I was going to do. You know, I started off with a lot of promise. I think when people, especially in college, when people started to know what I wanted to do, they were like, "Oh man, you got skill. You have potential to be this person and that person, and you know you can really make it out here." And you know, and I might not have done everything that I should have done, but I have worked hard. I have tried, and I'm not gonna make any type of excuses. Not gonna try to justify whatever. But I just haven't gotten there. And I remember I started comparing myself to my friend who's also an actor. Started comparing myself to him and feeling like I'm behind because of his journey. But his journey is his journey, and I had to stop doing that because it was making me resentful of my brother, one of my best friends, and it made me resentful almost, to be like, you know, and people started comparing me to him. It was like, well, he's doing this. He's out there doing that. Why don't you? And I'm like, yeah, he is doing that. And that's working for him. And I'm glad that it is. It's just something I feel I need to do. And a lot of people don't understand my choices. Because I'm still trying to figure it out myself. And I had to let go of that because it wasn't his fault. He was living his life doing what he needed to do. And then I started being happy for him. And I was like, you know what? You do what you need to do. And as long as you're good, I'm good. And when you need me, brother, I will always be there for you if I can. And I had to make that decision. Because I wasn't going to hold on to that resentment, jealousy even. It just wasn't healthy. And I wasn't happy doing that, so why keep doing that? It didn't make me feel any better about the situation. Even with music, I started comparing myself to other artists that are out there, getting mad because they made it and I didn't, and I had to let go of all that too. And I had to go through this process of trying to figure out whether or not I even wanted to still do those things. Do I still want to sing? Do I still want to write? Do I still want to act? And if not, what the hell else am I going to do? Who in the world am I going to be? What legacy will I leave behind? It was a real thing. A real thing. And I had to fight through a lot of that. I feel I've had bouts of depression. Um, and sometimes you just got to get away and recharge the batteries and just take some time off. And I had done that. And I think I need to do it again. I'm not like, ugh, like, I'm not as bad as I have been. But I feel myself getting a little weary. I feel myself getting a little burned out. And when you feel it, you got to take care of it, because if you don't, it's like an infection. If you don't treat it right away, it can spread and it can affect everything. And I don't want that to happen to me, because I've had that happen to me before, and it's not good. I remember being so lost and angry. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. I was thinking about the mistakes over and over and over again. The guilt was so strong. And then trying to get past all that was hard. And in the process of doing that, everything that I wanted to do had to get pushed to the side, because I couldn't be an actor if I wasn't good with myself. I wasn't thinking about no monologues. I wasn't thinking about studying characters. I was thinking about, am I going to be all right tomorrow? I was thinking about the fact that, like, a couple months ago, I almost walked out into the street, like, willingly. Like, it was real. And I had to get better. I had to get better, and I had to find a purpose, renew the purpose. I had to do it. And then when I started going through things, I found myself writing again. I wrote more words in a journal. Wrote new raps, wrote new songs, and this creativity came back. And then it was like, oh, here I am with a new story to tell. I'm about to go ahead and make some fire music. I'm about to say some real stuff. And then I felt bad about it, because it was like, I want to share this with people, but am I just exploiting my own pain just so I can make it? Like, it was crazy. I was mad. And I put that in a song. And there's a song that I wrote that I'm going to put out in a couple months, God willing. But in that song, I was letting out so much stuff, and I was being real about a lot of stuff. And I remember saying, like, yo, I hope that God didn't make this happen so I can write this song. I know that God has a plan, but this one here, it feels wrong. I got caught up in my redemption. I admit it is true, but I promise God, if you let me, I'll sing about happiness too. Because it was like, do I have to go through the pain just to have something to write about? Can't I just be good and write songs about being good? Write songs about being happy. Do all the songs have to be about what I don't have? And it was making me so angry. Because I remember in another song I said, sometimes I think, would I be better off if I was never hurt? But I wouldn't do it if it meant my music wouldn't be heard. And I had to think about it. Do I still really feel that way? Is it really worth me hurting just so a song could come out, that if I don't promote right, nobody will even hear anyway. That's why I know I can't really be in the music business for too long. I know that there's an expiration date on that if I should be so lucky to have a music career. Because I'm going to go for it. Decided I'm going to go for it. And I've been consistent with that all this month, trying to make my music. Because I do want to tell this story, because I do think it's important. And I do believe that I have talent, and I want it to be recognized. And people believe in me. I believe in me. And I've come so far. I just want to celebrate that through my music, if I can. If that is the plan. But I know that once I tell that story, I'm out. I don't really want to tour like that. I don't want to make album after album after album. I don't want that. Make my little few albums, hopefully win a Grammy, and bounce and do something else in my life. Take that success and transform it into something else, because more than anything, I do just want to be happy. That definition, what that means for me, I just want to feel like I've done something worth doing. Be happy with somebody that I love. To relax and know that my family is taken care of, that they can do whatever they want to do with their lives. And to know that I've impacted the world in a positive way. I would love that. And it's like, am I willing to go through the pain just because I know a song will come out of it? I don't really know anymore. Because I could think right now about a song that I wrote about a girl that I didn't end up with. And yeah, the song is cool. The song's kind of fire. But if I would have just ended up with that girl and been happy and not wrote that song, now that I think about it, I would have rather have just been with that girl and been happy. If it had worked out, and that relationship working out meant that that song was never going to be written, I would have been cool with that. I realize that now. I would have rather had that happen. And these are things that I figure out kind of like on my own, because I'm thinking so much. My mind is in so many places, because I'm involved in so many things. Got 2 jobs. Volunteering on weekends to try to be consistent with going to church. I'm working on doing the show with the bros, and then I think about my own personal life, things that I want to do, people that I think about, people I care about, and I don't even know how I feel about that half the time. Mental health is a really, really important thing. The mind of a person, the soul of a person. And that's why relationships is real. That's why you gotta take that stuff seriously. You gotta take real care of that. It was like I was talking to my friend a couple days ago actually. He was at work, my coworker. And we were saying that like submission, in its purest form, submission is an ultimate act of trust and love. If I am submitting in any way, in a behavioral way, in a physical way, it's because I trust you with my heart, I trust you with my body, I trust you with what's going on in my mind. Like, I am giving you that. I'm allowing myself to be that vulnerable with you. And that's hard for a person to do because people are so selfish. People are so closed-minded. People are so manipulative. And they don't even know it sometimes. And that's the crazy thing. You can be so damaging and it's not even intentional. That's how wild it is. But in moments like that, you got to be willing to accept that you might be wrong. You got to be willing to accept that, like, yo, I'm hurting this person by the things that I'm doing. And I care about this person. And you can't just be like, well, that's just who I am. Tough luck. Nah. I'm hurting this person. I can make an adjustment, at least for this person. I'm not saying you gotta turn a whole new leaf and be a completely new person. Nah, you got your flaws, you got your personality, your quirks. It is what it is. Certain things I don't want to change for nobody because that's who I am. But if I'm doing something that really, really bothers somebody, that hurts them, I gotta work on not doing that. Because I care about that person. I want that person to be happy, and I would hope that they would do the same for me. A lot of people aren't willing to let you know the deepest, darkest parts of them. Because they're scared of it themselves. They don't know how to comprehend everything that's going on inside of them. And when they feel like they don't got nobody in the world to help them figure it out, that's a dark, dark place to be in. Ended up talking about this longer than I thought, but this is real. And I'm kind of just spitting thoughts as I go, you know. But this is a very serious thing, and I wanted to address it because I saw the pain in that man. Not in the new video where he just seems off a little bit, if I'm being honest from my point of view, but in the other videos before, the transition, it was like I was doing this and this was cool, then I caught myself and that wasn't cool. Then I left for a long time and I made a video explaining why I was gone for so long. And when he explained it, wow. And then more must have happened after that, because what I saw tonight on this guy on YouTube, what I saw was a man forever changed by the tragedies that he's been through. And I care. I've been watching this dude's videos since like 2011. 8 years later, I'm still like, man. What is this guy up to? And now I'm in a situation where I kind of just want to pray for him. I hope that God blesses him and brings him to a sense of peace and true happiness. Which is really what I want for anybody. Because that's what I want for myself. So if any of you watching are in any kind of pain, if you're overthinking anything, if you're just in this place of trying to figure out what the hell are we doing, if you're trying to figure out what am I supposed to do, who am I supposed to be, my identity, my values, the soul of who I am. What is that? The essence of a person. If you're trying to figure that out, and if you've been going through some things, and if you've been hurting, I'm telling you right now, I care for you. And I pray that you get through that in the best way possible. In the best way possible. I pray for your sanity. I pray for your spiritual growth. I pray for your health. I pray for your happiness. I pray for your peace. And I hope you can do the same for me and for the rest of Militia. This was a very heavy-handed video. Wasn't planning on it getting that deep, but I guess it needed to be said. So, hopefully, next week, everybody will be back. The jokes will start flying. We can just say some real stuff and just be chill and just be four black men navigating through life. And it might get real again. Who knows? I don't know. It's hard for all four of us to get deep like that. Because we go through so much stuff. We don't want to be deep all the time. We don't want to be stressed and analyzing shit all the time. Like, you know, but I like to do it because it helps me process things. You know? And I hope that you've enjoyed this. And yeah, y'all be cool. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Peace.